And we're back for the first time in a long time. I can't even remember the last time that we did all this.
The Kiss show? Maybe Kiss show, maybe, right? Because that was with X.
I have no idea.
Generations.
That is what it is.
But every time I see people, your guys' work people and whatnot that know all about this or what it was or whatever, well, how's the podcast?
Yeah.
It's like the stupidest thing that, okay, it's not stupid, but it's the only thing they know. I would like, oh, he does a podcast. I'm gonna ask, but every time you ask me about the podcast, like, don't ask me about the podcast. It's like I haven't done one in a while, guys. So I don't know, and nothing's happening with the podcast. But for good reason. I don't even know how long it's been again, but obviously I've got no time. 5 o'clock, I wake up, take the kids to school, work all day, get home about 6 o'clock or whatever it is, and then it's dinner, chores, taking care of the kids at the same time, take the baby a bath, put the baby to sleep, and then it's time for bed. And it's like 10 o'clock, 10:30. So I've had no time, but what do you do?
You just sleep all day. You know what?
Yeah, you guys do just sleep all day.
Like you said, coming into the room, like, I'm expecting to find him sleeping on the bed.
Well, if the night schedule,
I stay okay. We just got back from vacation, so I mean, maybe it's different. But once work starts back up,
well,
sleeping till 2 or 3.
so I don't have anything to even talk about. So I don't know. The only thing I was even going to go on Twitter and see what's trending and whatnot, but nothing happens on the weekend. It's all college football. Like, who the hell watches college football?
Dude, the cult following college football down here is crazy. I thought down here high school football would be big because you always hear, high school football in the South is different. The state championships at AT&T Stadium or whatever. But they pay more attention to college football than I think they do the pros.
Oh, I know. I was just being whatever the word is, facetious or whatever the hell. I don't even remember the last football game I actually got to watch.
Was it the one we went to?
Probably.
The last time we did anything, we had to go do it?
Probably. I just we're with the freaking game we get to watch on Sunday. Finally, I feel like every time I watch a football game, the Niners are cursed. It's like if I watch it, they're gonna lose.
Yeah.
And then the one game I don't watch, that they do awesome, or there's good plays, or something happens, or whatever. So I'm gonna watch it though.
It's Jimmy's first real game.
Gotta watch Jimmy.
Gotta
watch
him.
Jimmy. Freaking, did you seen the Kyle interviews, right? You had to have seen him by now. It's like he's not excited that Jimmy's playing at all. It's weird.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it you? You said Kyle didn't even want Jimmy to begin with. It was John Lynch's idea. When they first traded. Yeah.
Well, even now, it's like he just wants to be stubborn about all of his play calling and acts like he doesn't know what's going on. I've seen a lot of interviews where they're like, yeah, Jimmy wants to go back to an old play style. What do you think? Well, you go ask him what he means. Don't ask me.
Yeah, I know. He's like Mr. Sour Grapes. Like
yeah.
he wins, but it's like he's not happy because he didn't win his way.
He didn't get
I don't
things didn't go his way.
It's the scheme. Those scripted 24 plays they always talk about.
I just hope like Kittle comes back, has a good game. Debo plays good. I really want them to beat Denver, just so I need to make Brett a bet.
Yeah.
It's something. I'll get a hold of him, make some kind of bet, something ridiculous like a one chip challenge or something stupid.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't lose that. It'd be my luck. Okay, so the last time I made somebody bet on a freaking football game, I lost.
Mm-hmm. How long ago was that?
I don't know. It was Seahawks and Niners in the playoffs, I think. So it was a while ago. Yeah, it was. Anyway, we don't want to talk about that. Oh, boy. What else? Something happened. Oh, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is trending. But
Another baby with his intern.
I don't know about that, actually. I didn't even know what it was I seen. Some coach, what's the hell's going on in the NBA? Some coach had an affair with his whatever.
Is this the Celtics
I
coach?
I know one coach got
Because
banned
he
for
got
the season.
suspended for the year. The coach did.
Why?
Maybe it's the same coach. It was
I don't. The
It was
Celtics.
It is the Celtics coach. I think that's what the whole story is, because I've seen a lot of jokes on the internet about the Celtics in general. And it has to do with,
I don't know.
banging whoever.
I don't follow NBA.
Yeah, me
It's not
either.
that important.
I can't even remember the last time I watched a basketball game. Last time I watched
you, right?
what?
You didn't go to a basketball game
No,
before we got here.
I don't think so.
Or was it a hockey game?
Oh. Yeah, when you're working at
Oh,
When you-
when I was working at freaking AT&T.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get a chance to watch that because you're too busy pretending to work.
Yeah.
But anyway, no. The last basketball I've actually watched was like that Michael Jordan documentary.
That one was good. Too.
Dude, Jordan's crazy. I didn't know what all those memes were. Like, I took it personal or whatever
Yeah,
it was,
I
and
took
then
it
that
personally.
thing was crazy.
Yeah, that guy was cut from a different cloth, man. To be the elite of the elite.
Obsessed.
Something different.
I was telling somebody at work, I can't remember what it was. Somebody's relative or something came to work for somebody, and they were like, "Oh, I thought they would be better because they're related to so and so." And I said, "Oh, that's like expecting Michael Jordan's kid to be good at basketball because it's Jordan's kid." And she didn't know what the heck I was talking about, and was like, "He freaking sucks." But
Yeah. Or like Joe Montana's son just played college.
Yeah,
ball.
I know.
That was it.
yeah,
Yeah.
it just doesn't translate. Just like, well, you know, just take a parent that works hard and has a lazy kid. How about that? Yeah. No, it's not what I was talking about. You guys remember what it's like working,
Working
right?
with Anthony.
Well, I wasn't
Kids,
gonna.
He was the weed pulling supervisor.
I wasn't gonna name any names.
Screaming at him because our sections are done. We gotta go help him.
It's just a different generation.
Playing in the spurge.
To get sick
Next
from
day,
this.
it's oh guys.
Yeah.
It's just different. You think you had it hard, or maybe you did, or like you see these
I had it harder.
these newer kids have it good or easy compared to you, maybe, but I don't know. I wouldn't say it's just different.
Yeah, I was talking to my buddy Chase. He coaches college in Nebraska, and he's a year older than me. And just to see the gap between him at 25 being the head coach and these freshmen at 18, he says it's absolutely ridiculous. Not just like the lack of work ethic, but the sense of like super entitlement. That just because they feel that they're entitled to everything.
It's just the culture. It's been going that way for years. If you think about your baseball coaches, not like when I coached your team. Okay, that was you think about how like the kids that I coached that ended up being your coach later, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, your dad used to do this to us," or whatever, and you're like, why am I doing this?
Yeah.
That type of stuff. You do that to like kids now, probably get kicked off the team or kicked out of the league. It's just different. And like kids back then they would just do it, or they would take the torture and go and play. And these kids nowadays they're whining, and then the parent gets involved and starts yelling at the coach and threatens to take the kid off the team or whatever.
Takes him to the next town over, or puts him in the spot where the parents matter for some reason, and that's why the kid plays.
Oh
all
yeah.
kinds of boosters. Well, we're boosters. So my
That's
son can
always
be
been
playing.
around. Even when I played, there was kids that their parents were, I don't know what you want to call it. The parents politicked for the kids to play, and it worked. I mean, that's been going on forever.
Yeah, and it sucks. Cut a lot of good kids out of.
Well, yeah,
time.
that's the way it goes, though.
It's all done and over with. Don't have to deal with it anymore. At least I
How
don't.
so?
I don't have to deal with
Oh.
parents politicking and having to deal with.
I probably will at some point, especially if the little kids start playing sports and some.
Like team sports and stuff growing up.
Yeah, can you imagine? Wrestling was the worst. When you guys were doing wrestling and the freaking parents that would lose their
Oh
minds.
my God, yeah, it's horrible. Our coach would get into fights because his nephews were in the tournament.
Yeah, but wasn't
he
your-
almost got us kicked out of?
Wasn't your
like,
coach
he-
kind of ghetto too?
He was. Still, point still sits. Just the parents going over the top just to prove a point.
But so when I played sports, there was the random parent in the crowd, whatever, the loud parent.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like badgering the players or the coaches or anything like that. I noticed like when I got older and I started coaching, the parents in the crowd started getting belligerent and yelling at the ump and like all kinds of crap.
Yeah.
Like yelling at the refs is the worst, especially like in little kids sports or teens or whatever the heck it happens to
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
Most of the time, if they're getting paid, they're not getting paid very much to be out there. And then you got parents just yelling at, "Come on, ref! What are you, blind? My grandma could make that call," and
Yeah.
stupid crap like that. So,
Yeah, and then the community members, and you see them at Walmart the next day like nothing happened.
and when I would go watch, like when I would watch you play or when I was coaching, and you would hear the parents, man, it was so hard to not turn around and say, "You know what? Why don't you shut the fuck up?"
Yeah.
Or something. It's always rough.
Because like, there's a difference, between a parent wanting to see their kid do well or being passionate or whatever the case is, and then just that complete overstepping of the line where it's like, oh man, Alex's mom out there is causing a riot, bro. Get your mom under control.
Or it's the parent yelling at the kid. It's like, "Come on, Alex, that's not how we practice. You're 0 for 5. You're due. I expect a hit." It's like, dude, leave the kid alone. He's already got enough pressure on him. Maybe he's
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, for something so meaningless as a little league or something.
Or I know wrestling's pretty rough. Like some of the parents get pretty.
Oh yeah, they get way too intense.
Yeah, they get pretty crazy. And I don't know. I can't think of any. I think baseball is the one where I've seen like just some crazy crap. You wouldn't expect baseball. It's fairly low key and whatnot. It's an easygoing game, but man, when people lose their damn minds, and you see it too, like in the pros, like when somebody gets beaned or there's a bad call or something, the coach will come out and start kicking dirt on the umpire, or somebody gets beaned or they get close to it and they start throwing punches and the bench is clear, and it's like, holy crap, you guys, this is baseball.
Yeah.
It's like
almost standard.
freaking reminds me of on Major League 2 when the dugout's clear and what's his name, Rube's got like a busted ankle. He's out there getting his ass kicked, and then he gives him that speech about, we're professionals and
Yeah.
good old country boy. I missed that movie. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Those movies are great, man.
They don't make sports movies like they used to. They can't.
They don't make movies like they used to.
Oh God, they just there's a lot of trash movies. It's all the freaking remakes. They're not original anymore.
Oh no, even
They can't be original. They're just rehashing the old stuff that was good, and then they're freaking ruining it. I don't even remember the first movie that they did that with, and you just think like the Ghostbusters, like the new one, is garbage compared to the old one. And it's not like just, the classics are better, that kind of thing. It's like, the new movies, the way that they did it, or they put their twist on it, is freaking garbage. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you could pick almost any of them. The live action movies that they did from like The Lion King to like the
Yeah.
new Lion King or Aladdin was complete horse shit.
Yeah.
Well, we just talked about Star Wars the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How they
they
took
effed
and
up Star
totally
Wars.
messed it up.
They're screwing up Lord of the Rings. Freaking Amazon.
Yeah. Almost no new movie has been good.
No,
Especially Marvel.
they're redoing Wizard of Oz. The word is re-imaging. They're re-imaging Wizard of Oz. I'm leaning way too far. You can like see the bill on my hat only in that shot.
So what? They're just gonna release this re-imaged thing?
So yeah, so when they say re-imaged, they like they're doing with Lord of the Rings. They're putting today's society and culture. They're putting that into the movie. So I just hope that the lion's gay. I got my money on the lion. If there's like DraftKings, like which character is going to be gay, I think it's going to be the lion. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's going to be that or the scarecrow.
Yeah.
And you know, I hope Dorothy's probably going to be not non-binary or something, which is cool. Whatever.
Yeah. No, who knows? They'll do something. And then...
Or the witch. The witch is going to be a dude.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, the movies are trash these days. Like, I don't even watch anything that really comes to Netflix or occasionally there'll be something that goes to HBO Max and I'll check it out. But for the most part, I don't watch
I
anything.
don't watch a lot of new TV or movies in general.
I don't even know what I watch. I think I still just watch Survivor reruns. That's about all I watch.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. That's a good show, man.
Well, yeah, and then you show it to like the little kids that haven't seen it before, and it's like, hey, what do you want to watch? Survivor?
Yeah.
I want to watch Survivor. So, nah, whatever. Next thing you know, I'll have them hooked on watching old Super Bowl videos or something. Kid's gonna know who Joe Montana is, damn it. Anyway. Oh, what else is going on? Music is not that good. Music, yeah, it's pretty much garbage.
Anything in the mainstream is just super
Well,
over.
and when
Yeah.
when decent music and depending on your taste comes out, I'm really thirsty. When something decent does come out, like I said, just depending on your taste, you don't hear about it either. Oh shit! Whoops.
Nice pour.
Yeah. Well, I got all the bubbles out. You see that video where the guy does the pour and there's no bubbles, and then he sticks the paper towel and it goes. It's like that's what happens in your stomach. So I'm just trying to help my stomach, but it's gonna take a minute before I can drink that.
Yeah. Now, what was it the other day? I was like, "Do you want it poured or in the can?" And it was like, "Of course you want it poured.
Yeah.
Best way to have it."
But back to the music thing. So if you like, I don't know, I guess you would say rap. It's kind of what's, not rap, but hip hop and that type of music. It's kind of what's been dominant the last however many years. And you got a guy like Tom McDonald who, like on iTunes, will be at the top of like number one, number two, number whatever, like way at the top, but doesn't get any publicity or credit or anything like that. It's so people you hear about is the Cardi B's and the WAPs of the world and all that other stupid crap.
Yeah.
When you got, it's because it's all like politically driven too. It's like he talks about the system being corrupt and all of that stuff, all the woke crap. And of course, like these companies like Google and YouTube and Apple and all these progressive companies are like, oh, we can't
Can't promote
not
that.
happening, nothing to see here, not happening. But it's pretty decent music. Like I said, I haven't listened to rap and stuff for a long time, not since like way back.
Since it was good.
Since it was good, exactly.
What was it? The Tom McDonald thing. He, like you said, he was number one, and a song that hadn't even come out yet is what they put over his. Do you remember that? Something like that.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it.
Like it wasn't even released yet, and they put it at the top of the chart.
Wow.
Yeah, which would be crazy. But I mean, he doesn't get any, like I said, like mainstream notoriety or anything like that. But he's making all his money on like iTunes sales and like YouTube. Right after he releases a song, it has million or whatever views like right away. So I mean that YouTube revenue and stuff like that. I mean, so he's doing well. But I mean, really had never heard of the guy. I never heard of him until I can't remember what song it was, but it got one of the commentators, something on the news, was talking about it and about how he's not getting any play or anything, and it's like, oh, I want to see what that's about. You know, when I actually heard the song was some guy walking around HEB. He had like a little speaker, and he was a little Bluetooth speaker on his hip. He was walking around the store playing it. At first, I thought it was like Eminem. I was like, who the hell is this guy who's walking around playing Eminem? I was like, nobody wants to hear this shit. And then I started listening, and it was like, that's not Eminem. He's like talking about woke stuff and this and that and whatever. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, actually. I mean, that's how I kind of started looking into the guy, but yeah, it's crazy. The rock bands, is there even such a thing anymore?
No.
The only good rock music is like the older music.
No,
It's
they
like,
just put pop trash over it and put
Yeah.
it on top of the rock charts. Like,
The,
it's bad.
the
It's
top
not
rock
cool
is
for all
Machine
bands.
Gun Kelly.
Yeah, it's Machine Gun Kelly and a few
and
others.
that guy, I don't even know, but the only thing I hear about that guy is like how he does like blood drinking
Yeah.
rituals with his wife or his girlfriend or whoever the hell she is. It's like, I haven't heard his music, but I hear that. Didn't he do like a song at WWE or something at a WrestleMania or
Yeah,
something?
the WrestleMania
Yeah,
song that was
I
in
mean,
the package.
that's how good it was. I mean, I don't remember what the hell the song was. I still remember the Tiny Timba or whatever the hell that was, Written in the Stars or whatever,
Yeah.
their theme, but I don't know. And I mean, you could go down the list of the things that are not as good now as they used to be, but I mean, I think it all kind of stems from like just culture just decaying and just like no inspiration, and nobody wants to work for anything anymore. They want the easy buck, the easy path, and so on. And it's like it translates into all this, into everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, you would think for how diverse people want everything to be culturally, it's not diverse at all. It's the same like with music. There's a video, maybe you showed it to me or Alex did, that snap clap type of beat, a pattern.
Oh,
It's in,
like every
all
2
nation-
seconds.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
like,
it's in almost every. You can almost like
Yeah.
follow the snap and clap in
Yeah.
every single song.
Yeah.
yeah. I think I sent that to you. There
That's
was
like the time register now.
well, a lot of it, the way I heard it was because a guy was saying something like a lot of the newer country songs that are coming out are the ones that not all of them, but definitely the ones that they're trying to push
Yeah.
to kind of bridge the gap between country music and pop or whatever. They all got that, and you can count it on all those types of songs. It's like, okay, yeah, the song's catchy, but you're right, it like has that beat. And the funniest thing with like country music is, I don't know if you guys have ever paid attention to this, is when they still do music videos or they do the award shows,
Yeah.
and they have these, especially the guys, they have them dress up like to be pretty boys and all this stuff, and you're like, oh, that's not what I thought. Like, yeah, he would dress like or whatever. And then you see them on social media at their concerts, or if you go to a show, and they all wear like blue jeans and whatever shoes and a baseball cap, and it's like that is not totally not the way they dress, but they got to pretty them up for whatever, for the award show or for the music video, and it's like ridiculous. So I mean, they're all trying to like fit a mold or an image in that whole thing.
Those guys that make it, they never change anything because they're on the radio and that's their bread and butter.
Yeah, makes you almost now, like after the fact, appreciate like the Axl Roses and people like that of the world. Where I mean, you always heard about them like being disruptive to the band or whatever it might be, like the troublemaker. But it seems like now that a lot of the stories are coming out, it's like they didn't want to bend to the will of the recording studio or the manager or whatever the hell it was. It was like, no, I want to. Just like November Rain, they wanted them to cut it down to like a 3-minute song or something. Or even like if you've seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie, where they wanted that song Bohemian Rhapsody, they were like, no way it's going to be that long. You need to cut it down to whatever. And
Nobody wants to hear an 8-minute song.
Yeah, and he's like, F you, I'm going to do it like this way or we're not going to do it. It was like the same thing. It's like that with a lot of different songs, and I don't know that anybody these days has got maybe they don't have the talent to like have that leverage. They certainly don't have the testicular fortitude to sit there and say, yeah, they're just gonna okay and just go along with whatever the hell the studio wants them to do.
Yeah, so. I think it's also part of what happens when you're not writing your own music anymore either. It's, here, George, here's the song Alex wrote for you, here's the time signature, and here's the pattern, go.
I mean, to a point, I get that. Like, if somebody is a good songwriter and they're not a good performer, like if I wrote a song, or if I was good at writing songs and you had like the Goldilocks voice or something, it's like, hey, I got this song for you. Tell me what you think. And you sing it and your band performs or whatever. And it's like, cool. You guys make money and I get credit and I get money and whatever. And I make my living as a songwriter. But if you as the artist are the one that comes up with whatever it happens to be, and then you're the asshole record executive that wants them to like do it this way or do it that way or put these phrases in it so you can be on the cover of Tiger Beat. Yeah, and it's like, are you going to do it or do you want to? And then it's like the movie like Rock of Ages, where the guy goes from being wanting to be a rock star and they change him into freaking New Kids on the Block.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love that movie. I want to watch that movie. Zigai's. What's his name? No. His name in the movie is Drew, but what's his name in the Zigai's?
Oh, I don't know. No idea.
I don't know. It's something stupid, but I gotta watch that.
Jax, though.
Gotta have Stacey. I haven't seen Top Gun. I want to see Top Gun. It's supposed to be great. Have you seen the original Top Gun?
No.
Can't blame us. You raised us.
Can't I?
You raised us.
Can't I?
You raised us.
Man. I hate when I say, hey, haven't you seen? And you're like,
No.
Like, you've never seen Scarface still?
No. You raised me. You had 18 years to show me Scarface.
I don't even know what to say. Have you seen all the Matrix movies?
The first one's the only one that matters.
I used to think that.
Oh my God.
I used to think that, but when you learn about like all of the backstory of the Matrix and all the little like weird little things in it, it's like, okay, that makes sense. The second one is a total garbage. That it makes sense now, but you almost have to have it explained to you. Just like Lord of the Rings, where you watch the appendices and you like learn all this little stuff about the movie, and it makes the actual movie make sense. On the Matrix, if you just go on YouTube and you like, there's so much like parallels between Neo being what he is in the movie and the parallels with like being Jesus or something like that. They start to make connections. You're like, oh, that makes sense, total sense why they did it that way or why they told the story that way. But all the films are like that.
So where is all this information at?
On the internet.
No, is it like they sat the director down and talked to him, or is it all like theories and stuff? Because we've kind of gone over this before.
Both. So like on The Matrix, have you seen the Animatrix? You're going to say no.
No.
So, in the Matrix video games, none of us have played them because they were garbage. But there's story in there. So, all of that is used to kind of fill in some of the blanks on the movie. And then, like you said, with interviews with the director and the writers or whoever, there's like they fill in more blanks. Then you get like these super fans or whatever you want to call them that compile all this info, and they explain it. So. Dude, just please watch Scarface.
Okay. I'll work on it.
I don't even know what else haven't you seen?
Yeah, Ray, what else haven't you seen?
Start naming movies.
I don't know.
Name an iconic movie. We saw Pulp Fiction.
When?
You've seen Pulp Fiction.
Well, yeah, but when did you watch Pulp Fiction?
2 years ago.
Barely?
You raised me.
Okay, well, it's not, to my defense, it's not like it would be responsible of me to have you watch Pulp Fiction when you're 12 years old.
But I was also 17 at one point. I've never seen Good Will Hunting.
That's all right.
what happened.
But I'm sure you've seen like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, yeah. You raised me.
Okay.
But those movies are good too, within their own right. Not like Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is this masterclass of movie making.
That was probably the worst of those
But
movies.
Kevin Smith,
Like Clerks.
everything into consideration with Kevin Smith is a good movie making.
Clerks is a masterpiece. Mallrats is pretty good.
Dogma,
Oh, Dogma. Good Lord, I wish that movie would come out on video.
so good.
You got to watch it on YouTube. It's the only way you can watch it. And Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. It's like, when
Clerks 2 is
it was all right. I could
the
handle
donkey
Clerks
scene?
too. Oh, I forgot about the donkey scene.
That was horrible.
Kinky Kelly in the sexy stud.
Yeah. I'm excited for Clerks 3 though.
That could be good.
That's
But-
go to the draft house and get a little funky and watch it.
I don't even know when that comes out. I'd like to see it though. That's probably the first movie in a while that I've been like, oh, I want to see that. I wanted to see Top Gun at the IMAX, but I didn't get a chance to see that. Instead, I watched first Top Gun on HBO Max. It's not the same, but it's all right. You guys ever gone on 78 when the freaking jets are flying like right over? I'm surprised more people don't get in a wreck.
It's cool.
They're just staring up at the jets.
Yeah, because every time I drive, I'm like, and then I'm just like, just waiting for one, and then when one's like, oh, then I try to like look at the bottom of the plane.
You gotta be like Grandpa, get your digital camera and get that one pixel in there.
I need to not drive. I need to be the passenger. And
I think it's just such a part of like the day-to-day life that you just almost don't. The people that have lived here don't almost recognize it sometimes.
I don't know, some of those planes they fly, though, I was getting a look at them. They look rickety.
Yeah.
Like the practice planes, they don't look like the planes in the movies. I want to fly that damn
Give it
thing.
to the new guy.
Something, I don't know. I don't even know how they like fuel those things. Like all day long, those planes are flying. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now you'll see them around here a little bit every now and again too, or you'll hear them at least.
I don't hear them.
Oh, we do. We're here during the day.
Oh, yeah. The only thing that I hear during the day is I don't hear anything during the day. Unless it's thunder and lightning and it's beating on the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah.
That's about it. I'm inside all day.
Yeah, that stuff's no joke here. We don't get light rain.
No.
Rained today, didn't it?
For like 10 minutes.
Yeah, but like if we get rain where it rains overnight, it's not like, oh, it's raining and it's so quiet. It's, God, dang, are we in a hurricane or what's going on?
I know. It's like
Yeah.
it's monsoon or something. It's crazy. But they've had us on the freaking water restriction forever. And the grass is all dead.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever it rains, I'm like, God, keep raining.
Yeah.
Or some people, they don't, like, pay attention to the water restriction. And every morning when I leave, like at 6 o'clock, there's water running down the street.
Yep.
Mm.
And it's like, bastards. Like, this guy that lives behind us, that lawn is freaking green. It's the greenest lawn in the whole thing. It's like, that guy's not paying attention to the water restrictions.
There's no way.
Yeah, I'm not willing to risk a fine over.
Green grass.
Yeah, not this year.
It's almost winter.
Now, if I get my lawn like nice, like in the commercials, I'm willing to risk that fine, dude. I am not. If you get a nice lawn, you'll appreciate it when you have your own place and you have your own lawn. When you get it looking good, it's almost like bragging rights.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember being a kid and being 13, 14, you had me mow the lawn all the time. I was like, I freaking hate mowing the lawn. And then I see these videos of like professionals that do like edge work and stuff. They got that nice line out on the concrete, and I'm like, oh yeah, baby.
Did you say commercials?
The commercial guys that come out and do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But I mean,
Did
they're
I
all.
say commercials on
Yeah,
TikTok.
I don't
the
know.
guys that come
But
out
I
and do it.
mean, they're all like, I mean, you should be able to do it. It's in your DNA.
Yeah, like the pros, they come out and I'm like, oh yeah, Dad would like that. I just send it to him.
One of these days, when we have enough water, I'll have a real lawn
Yeah.
or get fake grass. With the fucking HOA, dude, do not ever live anywhere where there's a freaking HOA. I don't know if you've seen that Rogan with Aaron Rodgers who was talking about the HOA.
Not yet.
Just to watch that segment of the freaking thing. The whole podcast is good, but the whole thing where Rogan is talking to him about the HOA, Aaron Rodgers lived in the HOA, obviously.
Yeah.
And he's explaining like how a guy was trying to just paint his garage or something, and he had to submit all these colors, these shades, to the HOA so they could approve one. And it's like no exaggeration. These people, they're like little Hitlers. They get obsessed with power or something. I don't know what the hell it is. All the lawns around here, I mean, you see the lawns. They're all yellow. They're all dead. And
Dingy.
oh, yeah, they're terrible. Weeds.
Yeah.
They would rather have that than have, like ours. I did the landscaping and stuff, but because, it's not HOA approved, they want me to change it. I was like, you motherfucker. I fucking hate HOA. It's such bullshit. You literally have to tell them, you have to send them a diagram, like the survey of your property. It's all blueprinted out, if you can imagine a blueprint of the property, and you have to draw on it what section you're doing, and then you have to tell them like what rock you're using, what color it is, how tall it's going to be, if you're doing bark, what color the bark is, if you're planting like ornamental grasses, what species it is, if you're painting your whatever that's on the streets, you got to explain to them what it is. Mm-hmm. It's like ridiculous. And then you have to wait for them to approve it. And then if they say no, then you're not supposed to do anything. You got to like do whatever it is within their stupid guidelines. So meanwhile, I mean, arguably within all these neighbors that are around, I got the best looking front yard because mine's not all dead. It's like landscaped with rock and other stuff. It looks pretty half decent, but it's not HOA approved, so they want me to change it. It's like, you mother.
Nah, dog.
It's like, you know how much rock I shoveled? Shit. But I mean, it's part of your stupid thing that you signed to live in the thing, and they can, I don't know, send you fines or some other stupid shit. So they would, like I said, they'd rather have me sitting with like all these other people with dead grass and browns, whatever, because you can see the dirt because the grass is so dead, like some of these guys. But they would rather have that than have you have too much landscape rock or retaining wall or bark or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it almost doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. But it was one of those stupid, like, I don't even know what you want to call it.
It should almost be like what the water restriction do. I think it'd almost be advised, like, hey, if you guys want to do some sort of landscaping so your front yards don't look like crap, go for it.
I bet those people don't even live in this area. Because if they did, and all the rest of us found out who it was that was making us, like, do all this stuff, I guarantee you someone would go shit on that person's front freaking porch, I swear, and light it on fire.
Yeah.
And they would probably deserve it. Anyway, it's enough about HOAs. It's getting me worked up. Anywho, that's been about 40 minutes.
That's it.
It's just freaking flies. So don't sleep so damn much. I'll try to have the baby go to bed at a reasonable hour.
Another tripod.
No promises. Yes, please. Somebody will learn how to work this damn software, and maybe we'll get somebody to press the buttons and do the camera stuff, and who knows, whatever. Just press record.
We need a jingle.
And
Just press record, that's what we call it.
just press record. It'll all come into place or whatever eventually. But I got to get to bed. I got to go do not fun stuff tomorrow. All day.
Send me the recipe for how to make the chili, so you can get the chili made. How long do you want it to sit for?
I'll tell you later. Maybe if everything goes good, maybe we'll talk about chili tomorrow night. All right, that's about it for us today. Hopefully we get back to everybody sooner rather than later. Hi to all friends and family. And we'll see you again soon.